Hi there, this is Jonathan Ginsberg, and I want to talk to you today about my approach to winning cases involving depression, which is a significant mental health issue. And obviously depression can be brought on by some sort of organic medical problem, something in your brain chemical issue. It can be situational based on trauma that you've experienced. Whatever the case may be, depression can be very debilitating. And the why here, why depression can be a good Social Security claim, is that it interferes with capabilities that you need when you're working. Things like attention, concentration, persistence at work, pace of work, those type of things. So even it can interfere with your ability to get along with coworkers and supervisors. These are all things you need at work, and if you're severely depressed and you have difficulty interacting with people, you're experiencing crying spells, you have periods where you just need to isolate, or that you become very panic-stricken around other people, maybe around men or around women, whatever it may be, that can interfere with your work capacity. And remember, Social Security is about your capacity to work. And if you're severely depressed, you've got to look for those elements in your depression that make it difficult for you to perform a simple entry-level job. And again, go beyond working with the public or working with coworkers. Think about it like this. If you're sitting at a table putting ink pens in a box, working by yourself 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, would your depression interfere with that? Would the intrusive thoughts come in? Would the crying spells interfere with your pace of work? And that sort of thing. So that's how you approach the depression case. Now, what you need to win basically are going to be medical records and support from your doctor. What I mean by that is you've got to have an ongoing treatment record. You've got to show that you're seeking help, counseling. If it's on medication, using medication, you're taking medications as prescribed. You're doing whatever your doctor, your psychiatrist, your psychologist, your therapist is telling you to do, and you're doing it to the best of your ability, and that you are participating regularly. It's not enough, in my view, to go once a year to see a psychiatrist to get a report that says you're disabled. You need to show ongoing treatment, ongoing visits with the counselor, with the doctor. And that's what judges are looking for. They're also looking for support from your doctor, your psychiatrist, your psychologist, even a licensed clinical social worker. I use functional capacity evaluation forms. Some people use narrative reports, but what you need the doctor to do, ideally a treating doctor, someone who knows you and has known you for a period of months or years, is to basically fill out a form that identifies specific problems that you would have, again, with these work capacity things like attention and concentration. And the forms I use go through a lot of different factors. It talks about reliability, missing time from work, missed days from work, excessive breaks, that sort of thing. It goes through a whole litany of things. And it really helps summarize what's going on and how your depression impacts you. And a good medical report, a series of medical reports showing ongoing treatment along with a functional capacity evaluation can give you a really strong shot at winning. I will also tell you that when I try depression cases, I frequently use witnesses, because I think that many times it is difficult for the depressed person, to talk about depression kind of objectively. They're in the middle of it. So a lot of times I'll bring a witness in. If a coworker's ideal, someone who saw that person at work, it could be a relative or a friend, somebody that knows you really, really well, that can talk about those periods of time where you're simply not in a position to work. And I also prepare my clients very carefully when I'm doing depression cases, because I know sometimes I ask certain questions. For example, if I ask about sexual abuse in the past, my client can become very emotional and not be able to testify. So I may want to go through other things first. So one of the things I do to be successful in a depression case is I spend a lot of time with my client in my office, live and in person, going over testimony so that I see how my client reacts, I see how he or she testifies, and I know those hot buttons that I want to maybe leave to the end so my client can get his or her testimony out. Sometimes it'll also show me that my client's not capable of testifying effectively, and I'll definitely want to have witnesses in those cases. So those are the things I do to prepare. Just to summarize, I'm looking for ongoing, what they call longitudinal treatment records. I'm looking for support from the doctor in the form of a functional capacity evaluation or a narrative report. I'm looking for a person I can prepare effectively, and that I know how he or she is going to testify. I'm looking for other witnesses that can come in that can really help bolster my argument and really demonstrate, give really a full three-dimensional picture of my client so that the judge understands what my client's life has been like, what he or she is going through. And if we do all those things, we have a pretty good shot at winning a depression case. So I hope this has been helpful. If you did find it useful, please give it a thumbs up here on YouTube. If you saw this on Facebook, please like it there. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if there's any questions you've got, please let me know that as well. Again, my name is Jonathan Ginsberg. I'm a Social Security Disability attorney, and I appreciate you watching. Thanks a lot.